Hello, everybody out there, internet land. Welcome back to another episode of the Tavern Talk. It's been a while since I've been here, but it feels good to be back at the old bar, sitting here talking with some of my cohorts, this cohort in general, in person. Stands before you is Brandon. Say hi.
What's up, everyone? Bit of a very common occurrence on this channel, but you know what? Someone's got to record everything.
Mm-hmm. But now we're back with some more things we want to talk about, and today we're going to talk about the gaming space, the gaming industry, anything gaming related. Because Brandon and I, we play video games. Brandon, we play video games on occasion.
Yeah, like Plinko. I love Plinko.
Plinko, Tetris, Pac-Man. You know, the fun ones.
Peggle. I don't know.
I will never, ever touch Peggle because dude. Seeing some of the gamer rage that Peggle has created is fucking amazing, and I don't want to be a part of it. But no, so we want to talk to you guys about, I guess you could say, how another instance of minor league developers are completely destroying and beating out some of these big hardcore AAA and quadruple A developers. Like, I'm going to bring it up again because we've talked about this game a couple times in the past already. Leave the company.
Yeah.
But talk about them briefly. They just had another major update where they got rid of some monsters, and they even did nerfs and changes to other monsters. Like one of the famed ones that you and I hated, at least I hated him the most, the fucking Coilhead got a nerf.
Really?
Yeah, he has a cooldown after he's chased you for a certain distance.
Interesting. I have not seen the patch notes. I don't know anything about what they've changed and what they took out monsters.
I think they were just like seasonal ones, but it says here, don't mind me looking up, removed the Kidnapper Fox, removed the Bog Crawler, and removed the Goopy Goblin. And then changes to Coilhead. Coilhead now enters a recharge phase after chasing you for a certain distance. Coilhead, and one of the things that I'm happy they did for this, can lose track of you after a long time of being out of range, meaning he will just finally give up and fuck off.
That's good, because having him just sat at the door because he's still kind of targeted on you even after you've already left the building just makes going back into the building near impossible unless you go to the exit, like a side exit.
Like the entire concept of Coilhead. Fantastic idea. I love him. Okay, he's great. The only other change I would make is there should be a way to kill him, but that's just me. If there's something sentient and alive, I always think there should be a way to kill it. That's just how I think, though.
I think it's good to have unkillable enemies or like killers, monsters, whatever, because some of my best horror games I've ever played had you feeling helpless against a monster you cannot kill. And you had to do your best to survive against something like this. It's already good enough you can kill pretty much everything else in the game. That's fine. Coilhead can stay where he's at, in my opinion.
Which is understandable, because I still remember there's times that you haven't seen any of our recordings on Lethal Company. You should absolutely go check them out. It is comedy gold. One of our biggest problems was, like, as soon as anybody sees a Coilhead, we now have to stop what we're trying to do to go network how to get insert person here away from Coilhead. Like, okay, you watch this corner, I'm watching you. Okay, and now I'm gonna back up, you need to watch him. And then as soon as you turn around for not even a half of a quarter of a millisecond, he's inside your butt. Like, and there's nothing you can do about it.
He is very fast.
Very. Mm-hmm. And then when we had the mod where he could follow us outside, that was even more terrifying.
I thought that was fun as hell. I loved that mod.
It was fun, but all of a sudden I'm sitting here like talking my shit, like, hey, fuck you, loser. I'm outside the building now. Time to go to the ship. Bong. Oh, hi. You're outside with me now.
But all right, so what was this whole discussion leading up to? What
I'm so sorry. I got sidetracked. I'm reminiscing about Lethal Company. But again, that is a great game made by an indie developer, not even a full developer. One fucking guy.
Yep. A
One fucking guy.
Thinking Roblox map creator.
Mm-hmm. Because then I wanted to bring up this new game that's been like resurging. I haven't played it yet, and I plan on getting it at some point to actually play it. But this whole lockdown protocol, from what I've read, it's basically it's like a first person Among Us. It's a social deduction game, but with a twist. Even if you get all of your killers out of the game, you still need to complete your tasks to win. So the game doesn't end just because nobody's trying to kill you. You still need to complete all of your assignments or you still lose.
Hasn't this game been out for a while though?
I have no idea when it came out. All of a sudden, over the last couple of weeks, I'm seeing everybody playing it. And then, what was it? Last night, as of this recording, last night or the night before, Table, you guys know Table, he randomly just came in and asked, anybody have lockdown protocol? Because we want to record it. So it made me think, let me go at least read what this game is about and go see like a little bit of gameplay of it. So what are your thoughts on this? The fact that it takes a spin on Among Us and then changes it. You're not safe just because the killers are gone.
I mean, I don't know. When it comes to this genre of game, I'm not all that impressed with much, if anything, because I've seen all of this done 100 times at this point. Lockdown Protocol, to me, is nothing different. And hell, even before even Among Us, there was a game called Deceit, where it was basically the same thing. The social deduction game, first person game, where either one or two people are these monsters, but they look like humans. They have to sneak around, to see everybody, get it, and, find blood bags to drink while no one is looking, while also...
Oh, I remember that game.
Yeah, exactly. And as soon as you get a full enough gauge, you can go around killing people. But you have to live, get the blood bags without being discovered as the monster. You either get killed by a player or I don't know what else. But yeah, it's nothing new to me. It's been done. So I don't know. These kind of games, unless I'm playing with friends, I don't touch. I'm not all that impressed.
Like even though I still have yet to play Among Us, I've watched Among Us several times, and I think this is just my personal opinion here. Well, we're gonna go back to indie developers here in a moment, so hold on. I think one of the things that keeps games like that alive is not only the community aspect of how well can I lie to my friends, but also mods. I think are what keeps Among Us in games like that alive. I don't know if there's any other mods for any of these other social deduction games, but I know Among Us at this point is riddled with them. We've seen gameplay where every single person in the lobby has a role. I think that's what keeps games like Among Us alive. But again, another game that was made by a small company that took over the internet like fire to a forest. And then we've had some AAA developers whom have completely let us down. Like, let's talk about the elephant in the room for a second. We're not going to talk about BO6. We're just going to talk about the current state of MW3. You've played it. I haven't. Is it living up to the hype from when we first saw the trailer?
Okay. This is very difficult to talk about. It's a hot topic. There's a lot of opinions going around, and everyone has something to say about it. Is it a MW2 like DLC made into a real game? Yes, and it's hard to deny that. But I will say this: compared to the last 4 or 5 years of Call of Duty, other than Cold War, because Cold War, in my opinion, is the best one of them so far and the most complete, MW3 is not a bad Call of Duty. It's not. I actually do have fun with it. And Sledgehammer has done a very good job of keeping a constant flow of content. Every week there's some new shit, new gun part, new whatever, and they put in all kinds of challenges to give you more cosmetics and all this other stuff, and it's been great. They've done a very, very good job. I don't play the game because, if I'm going to be honest, as much as I can still play it, I only last like maybe 2, maybe even 3 games because SBMM ruins the fun for me. I get put into these lobbies with sweaty people all the time, and I see their ranks. They're wearing rank outfits of like Crimson and up, or fucking top 500. I don't care. I don't know the rankings. All I know is I'm done. I'd rather just go to play something like X-Defiant, which is sadly losing players, so we'll see where that goes.
What happened with X-Defiant? I know I haven't touched X-Defiant in months, but what the fuck happened to X-Defiant?
Nothing
I saw the
really happened. It's just that personally, I think the stream of content and updates is slow, and this is not fast enough. People are losing interest because it is just so played out, so slow. I think it's supposed to be like, what, 3 maps a season, and they release a map every month, 2 months. So it's like, it's a little slow. I don't know.
Because the last thing that I read was like somebody saying X-Defiant has just turned into a sweat players battleground. Like only the elite of the elite play that game because they're that damn good at it.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that, but it's still fun because there's no skill-based matchmaking, so you get a lot of variety in playstyles and players. No, I can still go on there and probably play more than 2 or 3 matches. I'll probably be there for like 5, 6, sometimes 10, and I'll still have a good time. But I feel that the map escort or the escort mission modes, with the robot or control, those maps, I want to say, are not all that great. So that's already a mode that I just avoid. And when it comes to the 6v6 maps, they're great. I do like them. They're good layouts. Sometimes the spawns on Clubhouse were a little weird, the new one, but I think it's fine now. I don't mind it. Some modes are better than others. It's just the content drip is slow.
So last I heard is there's a new faction or at least new characters in X-Defiant. Who are they?
Yeah, well, it's been a couple months, but so it's basically like GS9 from Siege. They have the electric barbed wire. They have the ultimate is the shield with a flash in front of it. You can pull your pistol and shoot people over it. It's pretty cool. I like it. Oh yeah, and they also have the ADS, the trophy system. So that's really useful for objective-based modes. And
God damn it.
So yeah, can't need spam a point now if there's someone on the team using it. But other than that, the passive, I think is the only thing that is a little annoying, mostly just for me because I'm a sniper main, and if I get a headshot on them, they have reduced headshot damage. You can't one-shot them.
What?
So it takes
Pardon
2.
Me. Hold the fuck up. Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Reduced headshot damage. Let me say something to you. Do you know what's inside this pretty little skull? It's called your brain. You know what that brain does? Drive the rest of this thing called the body. Why is it when the brain gets shot, when you're one of those guys, they just went, yeah, no, I'm still good, bro. How?
It is something. Hell, I can still one-shot the phantoms, the ghost characters, the fucking dudes with the shields with their 120 health, and I still one-shot them.
But then these guys, what are they? G5, not G59. That's the music group. What's their faction called again?
GS9.
GF9, GS9.
Well, in Siege, they're GS9.
Okay.
The German special forces, something like that.
So that's some bullshit. The fact that they can ignore a headshot, but do they die in one shot if it's like chest and up?
Yeah.
Okay. See right there. So this dead zone. This no.
Yeah, it's kind of hard because I've always trained myself that to Pomage the good old aim higher rule as a sniper. Yeah, it screws me over sometimes because naturally most of the time I'm going chest and up, like upper chest and up, and I get a lot of headshots that way. So that rules kind of screws me over when it comes to those characters specifically.
Yeah, you literally have to aim down.
Because I aim lower.
Then there's me. I just hope and pray that I can hit somewhere on the body that's considered the body. If I shoot off your pinky toe, I earned it. Okay.
But is there any AAA games that you, sir, have felt that have let us down recently?
Well, this is where I go. Where the fuck do I start? So to answer your question, it's kind of hard to say like AAA dev that let us down as a community, because I know is what I'm gonna say gets a lot of mixed feelings. But I'd have to throw mine, and the game is finally fucking ending. But I had to throw it to Bungie and Destiny.
Yeah, I kind of had to agree with you there, especially with the shady business practices they would do with the store and how you had to own DLCs to even play the game when they came out. It's just real shitty. And
yeah, to own DLC to even play the game, or else you're completely progress locked. It's like, okay, thank you for taking up 120 gigs
not
of memory
even
on my
progress locked. You couldn't even play strikes, bro. Like modes were shut out from you if you didn't have the DLC, and that's annoying.
And I know, like, I took it for granted now, because I know one of the things that everybody talks about when it comes to Warframe, and to a degree, I do agree with it. But the grind aspect was just so fucking stupid. From Destiny 1 all the way to Destiny 2 and the final chapters of its life, of like, okay, you have at the weekly refresh on, I want to say it was like Tuesday, you can try again to get this one piece of armor or this one gun that you want. And if you don't get it, you have to wait a whole nother week to fucking try again. It made the game unplayable for me. It's like, okay, if I've done absolutely anything and everything, I just need these bits and pieces and bobs of equipment. I have to wait an entire week to get them again. What's the point in playing when I could be playing literally anything else in those 6 days?
I can see where you're coming from. I don't know if they changed it since we played, but last I checked, from last DLC I played was Witch Queen. It was still that, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And then I don't know if they're considered like a minor developer, but DE, the creators of Warframe, the game that we've been playing, I won't say religiously for me, guys. I've been playing a lot. You, my friend, he's got 100 hours in 5 days.
Yeah, bro. At this point, I'm gonna admit it. I think Warframe got me again. I'm deep in.
No shit.
Yeah, I'm deep in, bro. It's kind of insane. This late game shit is like so fun. There's a lot of shit to do. There's a lot of new things, new mods, new guns, Warframes, all this shit. 4 years, 4 years of shit I need to fucking catch up with, and I'm doing a pretty damn good job too. But yeah, I'm over here like I got so far ahead. I've been waiting for you guys to catch up. Tom is doing pretty good. He's already unlocked a new area, so we can play those together. But yeah, the grind's back on Warframe.
Like I know I need to catch up, but I'm just enjoying playing the game again, because the game is it's just fun. And again, I don't know if we would consider DE a AAA dev or not. I don't consider them so.
No, I don't think they are. They're pretty sure they're independent and AA.
And that's why and that's why I say with confidence, like, this game beats out Warframe. And no other people will try to counter the argument of, huh? Not beats out Warframe, beats out Destiny. Shut up. But beats out Destiny, and I know a lot of people will try to come with the counter argument of, oh, but it's still also just a grind game. Yeah, but I don't have to wait a week to try again. As long as I have the resources and the relics, especially if you're like prime farming, I can keep trying as much as I want.
Mm-hmm.
And I still get a chance of getting those rewards. I don't have to wait literal days to do it.
I think the only thing you do have to wait for is shit to build in the foundry. especially Warframes, which is 3 days. But
and I know I'm still waiting on Zephyr and Vauban Prime.
Yeah,
and Severoth. I'm sorry, Savagoth Prime.
I just started fucking building Chroma Prime today. Thank you, Mando, for getting me the systems. He's been spending a couple days, fishing for primes in the trade chats. He's got a couple himself. He got me the part I needed for Chroma Prime. I'm so excited for that. I've been wanting Chroma Prime for years. Finally got it. I'm just gotta wait the 3 days.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm happy that this game developer said, okay, we are here. We want you guys to keep playing our game. And we're going to incorporate new warframes, new weapons, new areas. Yeah, it doesn't take time to do it, but yes, it's going to take time to do it. But when they deliver substance. There's shit to do.
The new next bit major update, Warframe 1999, looks so damn good. I cannot wait. I know it said winter. So I don't know if that means December or January. Either way, it looks so good. I cannot wait for it. And I'm just grinding my way to catch up to everyone, get the late game mods and all that stuff, because you never know what this DLC is going to bring, and I'm excited.
And I'm excited too. That's why I need to actually fucking catch up and start grinding too. Once I finally get myself going, I'm gonna be like, okay, so what do I need to make this better, and what's good for the least amount of platinum? Because I don't plan on buying platinum. I swear to God, this game gets me to sink money into it again. I'm gonna be not happy. It's happened once.
I'm so glad I never got that desperate in this game, because my guy, you sunk some money.
I sunk more into Smite, which we're going to bring that up here in a little bit, just because I have some things I want to say about Smite.
Oh, yeah.
And also Rainbow Six, since we said that earlier. But staying on Warframe, this is what I appreciate about a developer is like, they're not just, okay, so we're going to bring out this one new thing. We're going to bring you substance. Like hopping back onto the game for the first time, what was it like? At least 2 or 3 weeks ago at this point.
Yeah.
And I felt like a brand new player. Like I'd never touched this game before. I'm sitting in the ship. I'm like, who are these warframes? What are these guns? What is in this ship? What has happened in like the 2, 3, 4 years that we haven't touched this?
Oh, yeah. It was like a crazy experience. Crazy experience. It took like a week for me to get my bearings and try to figure out what I need to do. All these quests I need to complete. What is happening? And I'm over here like playing with these warframes I haven't touched in years, and I'm like, okay, these feel different or these feel weaker. Shit's been changed. I don't know what's going on. I need an adult.
And I just recently finished the. For those that know what I'm talking about when I say the Codex missions, I just finished the Davari one, and it felt like I was playing in a fucking movie with some of the cinematics.
The
Davari sequence.
Isn't that where you're like riding on the horse? Is that what you're talking about? Bro, that one was crazy. That was my first quest I completed coming back. And I'm like, I completed it, and I see the modes, and I'm looking at the modes that it unlocks for you, and I'm like, this is a roguelike. They put a fucking roguelike in Warframe. What the fuck is this?
So that's what I'm crediting DE for. I believe DE just stands for Digital Entertainment. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I believe so.
But kudos to you guys for the fact that we've been seasoned in this game for years, and then we stopped playing, came back, and you've already resunk us. The only critique I have, and maybe it's going to be in the upcoming DLC, maybe, I want another raid. Okay. I want another Laws of Retribution-esque raid. I just want another raid. I want another big project that requires a group of people and is going to put us to the test and test our mettle and the ways we think. Because when we did Laws of Retribution, we beat the dog shit out of it.
Well, you guys did. I was a new player, and I got carried through it.
Well, because the builds were easy. Like, we just need 2 rhinos whom put all their mods into making sure Iron Skin is as strong as possible. Then we need 2 Slovas, a Vauban, and then whoever else you can be, whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, these guys, DJ and Tom specifically, played the game at a very earlier stage than I did. I came in late because it took me a while to get a new console, new Xbox One at the time. So they had a huge head start on me, and they also had a big group of friends that helped them out and got to where they were when I arrived. So I was a newbie going through fucking Laws of Retribution, just getting carried through it
And
with
now
like
he's
basic ass gear.
and now he's the one backpacking me when we need to do shit because I'm so far behind now.
Yeah,
But it's all good. That because I'm still having fun, and that's what the point of these games is, to have fun.
yeah.
But now we're gonna
Actually, real
we're
quick,
gonna
you were talking about testing in metal, and yeah, I do agree that they do need a raid. I 100% agree with
yes.
that. I do also want to say that there is a thing called Steel Path, but that right there is not a raid. It's more just very difficult missions and very difficult everything. Steel Path is basically just fucking levels from 150 and up. It's actually crazy. It's insane, and you need very late game shit to even stand a chance. But I want to get to that point. I want to be there because that is sick. Some of the stuff you can do and get.
I want to be there too. That sounds exciting. So I'm definitely gonna be taking to Google, Wiki, and you on what I need to do once I get further with these codex missions. I still don't know how I can last 5 seconds in the air on a K drive. I've tried everything, man.
I don't know how you're having an issue. I got that done in a second.
Dude, don't know. I want to cry. It sucks. I might just give up on that codex mission because fuck it. Somebody watching this right now is going to be like, that dude sucks. It's just skateboarding, bro. Just jump. Shut up. I'm trying. Anyway, before I lose full and have a mental breakdown over skateboarding, moving on. Hey guys, it's me, DJ. Real quick before you go anywhere, I just wanted to remind you guys about NoSkill Entertainment's still ongoing partnership with Dubby. Yes, they're still hanging out with us over a year later. And trust me, they have an array of delicious flavors, such as Dragonade, Dub Sludge, and Galaxy Grenade. And hey, maybe caffeine isn't your thing. They have zero caffeine hydration formulas, such as Watermelonda and Pineberry Splash. And if any of these flavors piqued your interest, please use code NSE for 10% off your total order at checkout. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys later. So, in recent weeks, I recently had the opportunity to play a certain playtest that was heavily invite only. For those that know the gamer Shroud, you know, the guy who's literally good at everything.
Yeah. Basically.
He partnered up with a gaming studio, and he's helping them put out a game. He partnered up with Mount Top Studio, and they are putting out a game called Spectre Divide. I had a chance to play this. I got invited to the playtest. It was so much fun. A little bit of a breakdown, the best way I can describe it. Think CSGO. It's a bomb defusal game, but with a twist. You don't control one person. You control two. You get this thing called a Spectre, where you can throw this Spectre out, and it will stay where you and it'll stay where you put it, and you can flip flop between the two. The downside to it is, while you're not actively using that Spectre or your original operator, they aren't moving, so they are absolutely vulnerable to being killed.
I did find it interesting that you can have your Spectre defuse a bomb, and you can just watch it as it does its thing.
Yep. But it also works out as a beacon of warning. If an enemy is nearby, it'll warn you that enemies are near your drone or your Spectre. I think that's kind of cool. And then if you or your Spectre die, it operates as a second life. Think a second win, second go again, a second try. So in a 3v3 situation, it's technically a 6v6. Technically a 6v6 because each person has 2 lives.
Yeah.
Downside, it was only mouse and key. And for those that have been around this channel for a while, DJ sucks at mouse and key. But it was still such a good time. I loved I loved the weapons, and it everything felt fluid. And then from your, I guess you could say, your loadout, you pick a company, and then this company will whatever company you pick will be what knickknacks and paddywhacks you get. Like one faction will give you a particle barrier and a smoke screen. Another one will give you a scatter grenade and a healing item to either use on yourself or use on your teammates. I'm probably butchering this and describing it horribly, but for those that have played the game or at least seen it, you know what I'm talking about. So I had a good time playing this because it was something new, it was something different, especially since I'd never heard of Mountaintop Studios, but I have heard of Shroud.
Yeah.
A lot. The man has a replica of Iron Man's suit in the back of his stream.
That's baller, by the way. Fucking
Very
sick.
dude.
Fucking sick.
And that's why I can't wait for the next playtest. Hopefully comes out sooner rather than later. Because also, this developer is doing something that I don't think I've ever seen any other developers do when they're creating, or adding, or just, making buffs, debuffs, and changes to a game. Mountaintop Studios has taken to Twitter, and and they are actively telling people what they are changing as they are doing it.
Yeah. Which, by the way, all devs need to strive for that type of communication.
Mm-hmm.
I think the second best or the most communication I've heard from a dev in recent years has been Larian. Larian is so good at that. Mm-hmm. Awesome. I love them. It's good to see that another dev has taken that mantle of, let's talk to our players. Let them know what the fuck we're doing.
What they're doing. Well, I do adjust myself. Like, I'll go onto their Twitter at least. I go onto their X at least once a day, and I don't know if it's the lead developer or somebody that's in their PR. They have a new post saying, "Hey, so we noticed that this was heavily talked about, and we're gonna alternate it by doing this." One of the prime things was, if you're shooting at somebody from distance, like, you can see their outline, like the enemy outline,
mm-hmm.
and if you're shooting it but the bullets aren't registering because you're hitting the outline is still part of the hitbox. They've now changed it to where you should land those shots that you think should be landing. We've all had that in any shooter game ever, of that should have hit.
Yep.
Why didn't that hit?
Yeah, hit reg is bitch.
Mm-hmm. So I like the fact that they're outright keeping up, keeping their players in the loop of what they got going on as they're changing the game and still making it.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for the next playtest. Hopefully you can add more cosmetics, or let me change my character's face, because
hopefully I can get an invite this time.
Like, dude, so I was watching, real quick, just a little side tangent. I was watching Shroud's stream, even though I was already actively in the playtest. I got a key to get somebody into the playtest. I had a free Steam key, but you weren't on that day, and I wasn't gonna be home.
Yep. So I think it was like the last day too. So it was just bad timing.
I still technically have that Steam key, so I wonder if it'll still work.
No.
Shit. Never mind. I was gonna do some sneaky beaky shit. But yeah, so now we know for next time, request access, and then if you miss the window for requesting access, just watch Shroud's stream. You'll get a key at some point.
That's the thing, is I had it up for 4 hours. That was fucking whatever.
But now we're gonna stick to similar but different. I want to talk about something that's been rocking in the gaming space as of recent. Similar to Spectre Divide, the new Rainbow Six operator.
Oh yeah, aren't they like in a wheelchair and they control 2 robots?
That is exactly what they are. First off, I just want to throw this out. It's kind of redundant. Make a operator in a wheelchair who's not going to be in the battlefield. You're going to control the 2 things that he or she's going to be using in the battlefield. Why not just make the 2 things the characters? Why do you need a base model?
I guess it just wanted something different, something, no other dev has done, even though this concept of 2 lives in a single life game just so happens to be the same thing that Spectre Divide's doing, but
Yep.
whatever. The comparisons are crazy in how close they are, and the timing is weird.
Like, Brandon and I are gonna go on a little bit of a take here, because when we first found out what this operator's ability is, not even ability, it's, for those that don't know, she's a new operator. Well, we don't know the gender yet, at least I don't think.
I don't know. I haven't
she's
seen
in a
it.
wheelchair. She's not going to be anywhere in the map, but she's going to control 2 drones, 2 specters, if you will. Kind of like Spectre Divide, you have 2 operators that you can use and utilize. But unlike Spectre Divide, you can't just throw one and have them be there. You have to actively move them and maneuver them.
Yep.
One of my big problems with this is no other operator can do that. Why does this one technically get 2 lives?
In a 1 life game.
In a single life game. Because one of the other problems that, well, I'll start the list here. 2 lives in a single life game. In the hands of the most mediocre operator handler, me, you basically have given me a permanent vantage point. I can put one of the operators somewhere and use him as a camera.
Oh, real quick, is it a defense or an attacker?
It is a defense character.
Okay, so a little less broken than I thought. Because if it was an attacker, you could just hide one of them outside, like literally outside anywhere. That'd be a little broken. But okay.
That's why I'm going to do some research right here on the fly and quickly check and double check, so that way I'm not feeding false information.
Yeah, because if it was an attacker, you'd literally just be able to set him up like literally outside of a window, like prone or something, and use the first one to gauge where people are, or even to take out as many as you can and just rush in with another one.
Yeah, they're a defense operator, and there's many ways you could play this. There's so many smart plays you could do. Like, you can have one roaming and one just be a camera that you can flip to feed information, or if in the hands of a Caveramane, you have 2 fast movers. Because I'm assuming if you have 2, like these are 2 operators, they're gonna be light armors. Because that'd be a little OP if they had a lot of health too, on top of you having 2 of them.
Yeah.
So that would mean if in the hands of the correct operator, and I'm just gonna say Caveramanes because Caveramanes are fucking scary. You have given this person 2 operators that are fast movers.
So they're 3 speeds.
Yep.
Oh, we haven't seen those since Jaeger and Bandit. Oh boy. Okay.
This is all speculation here since we don't know anything yet. I don't even think she's in the PTS. But that would be, you have 2 1 armor 3 speeds, fast movers, access to, again allegedly, 2 primary weapons and 2 secondaries, and however many lethals and tacticals that each class carries.
Oh, so they
each got a C4.
Oh no, they get loadout, like full loadout?
That's from what it's looking like. Is allegedly this is all speculation, but they're gonna get their own loadouts.
Okay,
they're gonna be the same loadout, but they both get primaries and secondaries.
I mean, as it is, there are players in Siege that can go around killing an entire team on their own. Just them. Give them the opportunity to have a second chance is insane to me. So crazy. And you can be pretty sneaky where you put your second Spectre and just totally hide them where they're not found or can't be seen, and all of a sudden one goes down. Oh, you have a second chance. I know where the guy that killed me is, and if he saw more than one person, I know where most of the enemy team is. Let me relay it to my teammates and also get me back over there because I know where they're coming from.
And again, we won't know until she's actively in the PTS or in the full-fledged game. But if it is the way it's sounding, you basically turn the game into a potential 6v5 because now one person gets a second try at it.
Yeah, that's. If any of this is true, I can see this being completely broken.
Like now, I'm just picturing this is just DJ being stupid here. I'm picturing her just placing her Spectre somewhere as a camera for information. Then Valk's 3 cams thrown about. And then you just have a Caveira waiting to hear something. And Caveira can get from point A to point B silently. So all you need is 2 people that are cameras and then a very fast mover that knows their way around the map. Because map knowledge in that game, let's be real here. Map knowledge in Rainbow Six is almost a necessity to play. I don't know it, but I still play it anyway. But to regular players, map knowledge is king.
Oh yeah.
So that's going to be one of my big fears is because in any video game, as soon as they introduce a new character, it's okay, what's going to be broken about this one? Like, remember when they nerfed Tachanka and they said, yep, his turret's not an ability anymore, it's just his primary?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was a kick to the taint. I liked sitting down on this little pedestal and then shooting people like through the window. Spawn camping with it, if you will. Yeah, I'm that guy.
Yeah, I've done that before too. It was fun.
It's fun.
But
you took it from us.
But you can argue that even if that was the case, he is technically better now.
He is. He's still a fun character. Like Chunks will always be a fun character, no matter what. Him and Fuse, they're just memes at this point.
Yeah, Siege, I can see this operator being a little busted. We'll see what comes, when it comes out to PTS and what the good players are able to do with it. I guess we'll just wait for the final judgment when it actually is given to the players. But you mentioned Smite earlier.
I did.
If you guys didn't know, me and Deej were huge Smite players up until like what, season 5?
Smite took my money. It was like season 6. Yeah, because that's when they changed the Joust map, and by change they just turned it into a small conquest map.
Well, that was just 3. That was season 3, but
the 3 is when we got the new Joust map. But then it was like around, I think it was 5 or 6 when they added the forest in the jungle.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, because Joust went through 2 map changes after season 2.
Yeah, it needs to go back to season 2 Joust. That map was amazing. Take a moment of silence to remember the season 2 Joust map. Good times anyway.
So we stopped around 5-6, season 5-6.
And we didn't look back.
Yeah, we haven't really given it a second chance. There's like a couple spurts where we played a couple matches here and there after a very long time of not playing. But it just never caught our attention again.
Even then, we just stuck to Arena just to get that, just to scratch that itch.
Yeah.
But recently, Smite 2 has fully come out.
Yeah, it's a full release now. It's here.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit.
Oh, a huge steaming pile of shit.
From the UI is fucky to people not being impressed with the fact that literally nothing changed. You kept the same characters. They have their same roles. I'm more upset at the fact that my gems that I bought, because I still have like over 2,000 gems on S1, are now fucking useless. I lose out on that money now because it doesn't carry over to Smite 2. Now you have to buy diamonds.
And most of the skins don't carry over either?
Most of the skins don't carry over unless they put in the store that said Smite 2 crossover.
Yeah.
So you had to buy more skins to have skins in the next game. And then skins are almost double the price of what they were in Smite 1.
Yeah, fuck that. They were already pricey. Hell no.
Uh-huh.
Hell no.
Yeah, y'all remember when they wanted us to pay $100 for a Kukulkan skin?
It'd be 200 now.
Uh-huh.
Fuck that.
I hate it. But I'm also not surprised because it's like, okay, you guys didn't do anything different. I get it. I understand. You're on a new engine. Cool. We didn't care about the engine in Smite 1. It was perfectly fine the way it was. Boys and I, we would kill hours just hopping into Assault and hoping that we didn't get some piece of shit god. or God is. Not talking about any one of them in particular. Or am I? I don't know. But, Jingwei, sorry. But so Smite has had a little bit of a lackluster release. I'd like to also point out around this time, one of the greatest game developers of all fucking time, rub my nipples, Valve.
Yeah.
Dropped a very, very, very exclusive, I guess you could say, playtest.
Yeah.
Where they only invited their friends and streamers, i.e. Shroud. Shout out to you, bud. Called Deadlock.
Oh, dude. The gameplay I've seen, it looks very promising. It looks so fun.
It looks like so much fun, dude. I hope they open up the doors and let other people play, because that shit, stream it.
Yeah.
Record it.
Yeah.
I don't care. Yeah.
Dude, the art style looks awesome. The characters look colorful and interesting. The, I guess, abilities and weapons and all that look great. It looks like they're kind of like adding in the hero shooter aspect with a little bit of MOBA like aspects to it. It looks fun. I cannot wait to get my hands on Deadlock.
And now I bring up Deadlock because a little bit of controversy happened. This is the last little tidbit that we're going to speak about before we close out. So Deadlock's very exclusive playtest came out around the same time as Smite 2's full launch. You'll never guess what game everybody chose to play and watch.
It was Concord. I don't know.
Fuck that game. Also, that game was like hot dog
shit. That
No,
also is a steaming pile of shit. It flopped day one. Less than 700 players. Fucking eat a dick.
Your game is dead before it had life. Holy hell.
Yeah.
No, I saw Critical playing it for like an hour, and I'm like, this game looks fucking stupid.
It did not look interesting from trailers, but when they announced it, it didn't look interesting when it came out. Or you ain't getting my $40.
I'll get Marvel Rivals when it comes out. That game at least looked vibrant and useful.
You know what? Fair point. That looked like a fun game.
Mm-hmm. You get to be your favorite fucking Marvel characters. Although I already see people like, oh, dude, everybody's gonna pick Iron Man because he's Farah from OW.
This guy's gonna happen again.
Well, you get to be Iron Man, not Farah. Okay, you get to be the Stark.
Fucking
Stark. I say the Stark. He's the man.
Yeah, love that play style. I love it.
Oh, but that's neither here nor there. Going back, so Deadlock, around this time when they released their playtest, Smite 2 came out. Everybody's watching Deadlock. Nobody's caring about Smite 2. Their player base drowning already. The CEO, allegedly not confirming, not denying, not saying anything in particular, might or might not have been taking shots at Valve Corps, calling them out, saying that they are poaching their players for releasing their playtest around the same time they released their game.
You know what? It's funny. This playtest is a very exclusive playtest. Not a lot of people are on it. Sure, I think I saw like 10,000 or whatever, but it's a lot of devs, very private, players, streamers, content creators, blah, 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 blah. It's huge. And it's a very private playtest. But at the same time, you have Smite 2 and Concord coming at the same damn time. Full ass releases. Dead in the water.
Dead. One more than the other, Concord. But I thought it was fucking hilarious that the CEO of Hi-Rez was, again, not saying they did or didn't, but just complaining that a certain developer is poaching players because they released a playtest around the same time they were releasing their full-fledged game. It's like, dude, your full release game that you charge full release money for is losing to a playtest that less than 10,000 people were invited to.
Yeah. But also, by the way, making a Smite sequel to a game that was free to play and charging for it, what was it, like 60? I don't know.
Yeah,
$60 to a sequel to a free-to-play game, bro. That's Overwatch 2, but backwards. Overwatch 1 was $60, and then they made Overwatch 2 free-to-play. You went the opposite direction of what you needed to do.
Like, I get it, you're charging more because you changed your engine. If you're gonna change your engine, change the fucking game.
Also, that too. It's hard. It's crazy that I'm gonna compare it to the same game in less than a minute, but it's the same shit with Overwatch 2. They didn't change shit. They changed the amount of people who are in the game, and then they reverted it back recently, or are going to. I don't know. I don't play the game either.
They basically reverted it all the way back to OW1.
Basically, it's like it
was 5v5 and heavily reliant on defenders, and then they said, you know what, people aren't liking how we have to rely on heavy, so now we're going to revert it back to 6v6 and increase the damage of the active DPS characters, and you made Overwatch 1 again.
Basically, it's like you just don't break what is not broken, or don't change, or don't fix what isn't broken.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, if you're gonna make a sequel, at least make some substantial changes. New characters, a whole roster of them if you have to, and then just slowly like add in the old characters for fucking free or something, because you know people are not gonna want to pay for characters that were in the previous game, or just have them in the game at launch and just have a whole fucking roster of new ones. I don't know, do something different.
Here's what I would have liked. I would have liked, like, you have over 100, like 100 plus gods from Smite 1. You carry them over to Smite 2. Change their classes. Do a roster shakeup. Make Hades a guardian again. Make Bacchus a fucking assassin. I would love to see that shit.
Yo, get my boy Fenrir a fucking warrior role. The best builds on him were mostly bruiser anyway. So
something like that to make the game different. But until then, you basically just did what Overwatch 2 did, is you changed up your art style a little bit, and then also you made some maps texturally look different. I'm not going to say night maps. I'll say one was sunrise and now it's sunset. You didn't do anything fucking different. You're saying pay us $60 for it. Oh yeah. Also, we're gonna pay lock some of the gods, and you can unlock them with worshippers. It's gonna cost you an arm and a leg though to do it. So there is no unlocking things fast enough, because I don't believe there's an ultimate god pass. There could be. Don't quote me on that one because I don't know.
But it would just be more money you had to pay for anyway.
So Smite 2 is not looking too hot right now. Concord, you know what? You had a wonderful 5 minutes.
Wonderful shit. Wasn't even that great, the 5 minutes anyway.
I know, it's one of the nice things you say when you don't want to come off as too mean.
Nah, fuck them.
Game sucks.
Game's ass.
Game sucks. There's gonna be that one player that loves Concord in our comment section. You guys don't know good games to pitch in the ass. Neither do you.
Well, then I'd know that they're a PlayStation fanboy at that point.
Mm-hmm.
As the only people that are defending the damn thing. Then gaming journalists, but we don't listen to those fuckers anymore.
So. But yeah, in closing, before we do outros, Deadlock, send us some invites. You'll have diehard players. Until then, you'll find us on Warframe. But on that note, ladies and germs, it is outro time. We made it to the end of another episode of the Tavern Talk. Closing thoughts and statements, starting with you, Brandon.
AAA game devs suck. Let's just go. I'm gonna play Warframe when we get done with this recording.
And then final closing thoughts and notes for me. I like gaming. I want to keep liking gaming. I'm starting to see I need to entrust more indie developers than I will ever trust a AAA dev ever fucking again, because you guys have just been letting me down time and time and time again, and I'm sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
Just like you said, you'll find me on Warframe, just not tonight because I'm going out. And on that note, ladies and germs, we will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.